Welcome to Homeplate Fresh. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Sean.
And today we're going to teach you how to make garlic hummus. Now I know you've heard a lot about hummus in recent years, and the reason why is because hummus is one of those healthy alternatives to snack foods. You can dip it in things, you can use it as condiments, but if we get this recipe down, which we will today, you're going to love it.
So once people get the basics down, this is kind of like learning how to walk before you can ride, and then afterwards people can have the confidence to kind of improvise as they will, right?
Right, and I know that time is of the essence for all of us. We have very busy lives these days. So what I brought today, these are the canned chickpeas. Now you can use canned chickpeas, there's nothing wrong with them. Or you can, if you can grab the dried chickpeas that are in there. These are the dried chickpeas, and you can get these at your local grocery store, supermarkets, and if you can't find them there, I suggest that you go into like a Mediterranean store. You might want to Google what's around your area to see who carries. They're either called chickpeas or garbanzo beans, but this is the dried version, and this right here is the cooked version. Now, going from dried to cook, all you need to do is soak them overnight. Use a nice size stock pan, fill the bottom, soak them overnight, bring the water up to about 1 inch from the top, leave them go, and then we're going to cook them at a slow boil for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. A good way to tell that a chickpea is done cooking is what I call the pinch test. You pick one up and you just lightly pinch it and it breaks up in your fingers, just like that. Now the difference, excuse me, I'm going to rinse off my hands real quick.
Now, will people notice a significant difference if they used canned or if they used dry?
That is a great question. The difference between them is texture. I'm a texture person. Some people love the canned chickpeas because it has a little bit more grit, it's got more texture to it. I personally like the chickpeas with the hummus with just a little bit more creaminess to it. If you make your hummus right, you're going to want to have that mashed potato or sour cream-like consistency. Let's get started. I'm going to put in 2 cups of cooked chickpeas into my processor. Before you begin, you make sure that you have the right equipment. This processor is going to become your best friend when making hummus. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put them in there, just like that. And I noticed you were smelling these earlier. What did you think?
I never stopped and smelled them, and I was like, that's an interesting flavor.
Yeah, it is
something I'm not used to.
And they're not much to look at when they're cooked. Like they're really pretty when they're in the can.
I noticed
they're
that.
Gorgeous. You'll find these on salads in restaurants. You can get them off of salad bars.
I can see why.
Yeah, they have a nice shape to them. This is more cooked, and as you can tell, it's going to get real nice and creamy when we cook them. Now we're going to start off. This is 3/4 tablespoon of salt. Here is 3 tablespoons of granulated garlic. If you want to use a fresh product, you can use 5 cloves of garlic, fresh garlic. The taste, I think.
So you would recommend probably to use the.
If you have fresh garlic, I would definitely recommend the fresh garlic. The reason why I chose the granulated garlic today is because most people have that. It's something you can just grab right out of your spice rack. So if you have it, if you've got the fresh garlic, I definitely would suggest that, but granulated garlic is going to work just as well. Okay, and one of the other products, and this is one of the most important, this is called tahini. Tahini is ground up sesame seeds. This is going to give that nutty flavor to your hummus. Don't go overboard with this or you're just going to taste a lot of nutty flavor. This is 1/2 cup of tahini. I'm going to put that in there. And our last product that we're going to put in is fresh lemons. Good job, good job. I got all your seeds out. You don't want the seeds in there from the lemon juice. There we go. Now the last thing that you have to make sure, and this is probably the most important step, the consistency. When you're adding, when we put the food processor on, it's going to be a real thick paste. So you want to just gradually add your water. Don't go overboard on it because then it's going to be really runny. You're not going to be able to do anything with it. You're going to have to actually add more chickpeas to it to get it thickened up. So add a little at a time, and you basically you stir
check
it
your
up.
consistency as you go along.
You're going to stir it up as you go along, and you're going to figure out what you like, what it's going to go good with the sandwich, and I'm going to help you through it anyway. So we're going to add a little bit of water. That's probably about a half a cup at first. Now, do you see how it's a little bit gritty on the top?
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, and this food processor did a really nice job with grinding all of the ingredients together, but I think we could probably get it a little bit more smoother. So we're gonna add just a little bit more water to it.
Okay.
Give me some water.
Sure.
Just a little bit. Thank you. I'm just gonna pour a little bit in there, about 2 tablespoons worth. Usually when it gets to this step, I really cut back on how much water I'm going to use. That's beautiful. You see that? That is gorgeous.
That looks good already.
Yes, it does. One more final swoop around here. This is everything I would want my hummus to look like. It's nice, it's consistent, it's smooth. This is the texture that you want. It doesn't really pour off of the spoon, but it's going to drop like a dollop. This is exactly what you want.
So you can put this on a sandwich too.
Oh,
right?
definitely. This is perfect for a wrap. A lot of people do that. They add vegetables. You could do like a salad in a wrap and use this as your condiment. I am not a mustard and ketchup kind of girl, so I don't like that. And I will use hummus, different flavors of hummus, just to change the dimension of the taste. Cold cuts, grilled foods, it's wonderful. It really is.
Seems like it'd be a natural for like a grilled vegetable sandwich, especially if you're vegetarian, because if you've done that and you've used mustard, I mean, it's just not a natural fit. I don't
No,
think.
this completely just really awakens the food choice, and it makes your food taste a little bit better because you've got some really good blends of spices in this hummus. So we're going to try it out on you today.
And a little kick. Okay, great.
All right, here we go. What do you think?
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Starting from the main ingredients, I mean, it was so quick and easy, and it looks gorgeous.
And you are going to be the talk of the town with this because this really is a great appetizer. And like I said, there's many different versions and ways to use hummus, but we're going to try it today. Now, this would probably feed about, I'd say, a dinner party of about 10 people with other food as well. But your guests are going to love it. We have crackers here, we have fresh vegetables. Use your imagination. It's going to be great. Want to try it?
Absolutely. It's wonderful.
There's enough garlic in there. You're going to taste the zest of the lemon. Really good. Whatever you choose to dip in hummus, just make sure it's got a little girth behind it. What I mean is probably not the best dip for chips. You want something with a little bit more of a little bit more sturdy. So, and this is also really good with flatbread if you want to try it with flatbread as well. Once again, we're thinking about that healthy alternative, and your guests are going to love it. That's really good, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I'm glad you enjoy that. Well, listen, when you make hummus, you can make a double batch. Just make sure that you have a freezer-safe container. Fill it all the way to the top. Put your date on it that you made it. Put it in the freezer. It's good for 3 months. When you're ready to pull that hummus out again, just put it on your counter and let it defrost. Stir it up. You've got hummus all over again. Good stuff. If you like this recipe, click subscribe.
And be sure to click like. If you make this recipe, take a picture of it and be sure to post it on our Instagram page.
We would love to hear from you. Sean, it's been great.
And it's been delicious. Cheers.